bones, easily broken, and hard times were coming. Again. Those who did notice her stood upright, a mere scattering of faces, a scattering of blue armbands too. Brave to be wearing those in public, but less brave here where the government's long arm was less evident. In Dublin, a blue armband could get you killed. Out here, a blue armband could get her killed. She reached into the folds of the leather jerkin she wore under her wax coat and pulled out the envelope stashed inside. The uniform of an agent of the Department of Environmental Justice was a thing of concealment. Camouflage to conceal the wearer, pockets to conceal the weapons. Unfolding the paper in her scarred and ruined hands, she began to read. The fucking globalists want you to believe this sham, but it's fucking bullshit, she intoned loudly. Her words were a stone dropped into water, the silence rippling outwards through the packed square. It spread out from the ones who'd already spotted her and stilled the ones who heard the words before they saw the agents. All faces turned toward them. All bar one. He was a runner. He took off as soon as she proclaimed the very first word. He darted from the open market square into the cover of the flat-pack homes that sheltered the people of Black Stair from the coming storms. Broderick moved the very instant that the man did, bolting into a sprint. Malley did not. She moved without haste and spoke without haste. The climate change hoax. Like the fucking vaccination hoax. Just another way for them to control us. And you fucking shills keep eating it up. Her words travelled to most of their ears. The wind in the pre-storm season pulled it away from a few at the far edge of the market stalls. It was hardly important. They knew what she was, what Broderick was, what they were there for. They knew from the clothes, layered browns and greens in linen and wax. Loose fitting around the legs and torso, but tight to the ankles and wrists and shoulders. The clothes must breathe, but never encumber. They changed with the limited seasons. But in these days, before the first of the storms would hit, when the wind pulled at things and the intermittent rain vied with intermittent sunshine in the otherwise unrelieved grey of the clouds, the uniform was made for weathering. She changed direction unhurriedly. Her eyes following Broderick as he appeared and disappeared behind the low buildings, hunting his prey. She didn't need to follow the runner, just track her partner in between reading from her proclamation. They'd done this enough times already to know the drill. Resist the climate hoax. Some of the onlookers grumbled at that, their low growls heard over the whistling breeze. They wouldn't have done this 20 years ago. They'd have agreed with the sentiment, or perhaps just sneered at the man who had written it down. She would have ignored him. Young her. Stupid her. Naive her. Former her. She knew better now, and so did they. Broderick turned sharply, ducking low as he darted through the gap between two flat-pack shanties. In one hand his long-bladed knife, with the other he signalled to her which way to move. She pivoted at his direction and drew her knife, casually. The handle, clad in wrapping that was now 14 storm seasons old, seemed to fit, ridges and bumps, into the scars and the pitted contours of her hands, completing her. A jigsaw piece, a part of her, a thing that made her whole. Mostly. Lately she had begun to feel something else. The man became visible again as he doubled back. She could see the panic in his eyes, Broderick closing in over his shoulder. There was a light in Broderick's eyes, a dangerous light, something close to pleasure. He was a man who loved doing his duty. The statistics are there. Why won't any of you idiots read? There's warm years and warm decades. That doesn't mean the planet is doomed. Outside of the town square, there were fewer people moving between the buildings, but she could feel the eyes of the locals behind her.